Yes, a nice. So Jaifrais versus Ton, and this is an
I would have.
ongoing situation, and it's just ongoing and ongoing and ongoing, right? And stuff like that. So it's a whole spiel, and Jaifrais and Ton seems like it's an ongoing situation, and it's not stopping, right? And stuff like that. Right? So Jaifray versus Tan. Let's get into it.
So I didn't think that I would have to come on here and address this, but I genuinely think the reason that it keeps being brought up is because I didn't address it properly the first time. And I really think that it's come to the point where I need to say something, not because it will make me look better in any light, not because I'm trying to defend my actions in any way, and not even because I feel like anything that I've done is justified, genuinely because I think it's the right thing to do. And I just refuse to bring the weight of all of this chaos into next year. I have prayed on it. I have received advice on it. Nobody thinks I should speak on it, but it has literally, God has put it on my heart. And I prayed for him to give me the right words to explain this to everybody. And if after this video, I am no longer a Jamaican influencer, that is completely fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the consequences of my own action. But what I'm not okay with is this continuing into 2025. I'm not okay with that. I cannot handle that. And I would like to leave this in 2024. Okay. Earlier this year, I did something despicable. I threatened to release pictures that I was not even in possession of Jaifray's girlfriend, and that was in no way okay. The first thing I would like to say is you cannot disrespect someone and then try and control the way they react to your disrespect. That's just not how it works. And the fact of the matter is, no matter what happened leading up to that scenario, I was disrespectful to both him and to his girlfriend. And I take full responsibility for that. There is no excuse for how that scenario played out. There is no excuse for how I responded. And therefore, I have no right to dictate how long he takes to get over the situation or how he responds to the situation. That being said, I'm genuinely tired of the think pieces and everything that is going on because one, I've moved past it, and two, you guys do not have all of the information. And I just, at this point, I kind of just want everybody to know what actually happened. So, about a year ago, probably more than a year ago, around August of 2023, I invited Jay to be on my podcast. You guys have seen the episode. On the podcast, he mentioned that he was talking to somebody new. I knew her through mutual friends. We had met through mutual friends, but I didn't know her specifically. I did mention to Jay that she wasn't my favorite person. I did not mention why she wasn't my favorite person, but I did say, hey, she's not like my favorite person, but if you're happy, that's fine. The reason I said she wasn't my favorite person is because probably 6 months prior, I was speaking to one of our mutual friends. Like we weren't dealing, we weren't linking or anything, but we were romantically talking and we had a falling out. And basically, he made reference to the fact that his friends told him about me, and the only friends that had known me or like had spoken to him or told him negative things about me, and the only friends that had known me prior to me and him talking were her and her boyfriend. So I had just put two and two together, and I was like, okay, she clearly doesn't like me or has a negative reputation about me. And so I wasn't going to nuff up myself and put myself in her face. I wasn't gonna be like, okay, you're Jayface's girlfriend now, I'm gonna be in your face, because I was under the impression that she didn't like me, that she didn't think I was a good person because of what the guy that I was talking to prior had told me. Okay, cool. After we filmed the podcast episode, that was the last time I brought her name up to Jay. I literally said, hey, if you're happy, I'm happy for you. I've also met multiple of Jay's girlfriends, and I'm still friends with them to this day. And we've never had any issues ever. Like, he's introduced me to multiple girls that he's been dealing with, and I've respected all of them. I respect Jaifray with every fiber of my being. No matter what has happened, I respect that man. That man is part of the reason that I have a platform. The person that got me to 10,000 followers on Instagram. No matter what has happened, my respect for him as a human being has not been flawed. And even seeing everything that has been going on Twitter over the past few days, I literally called him yesterday because I wanted to be like, hey, I don't think any of this is called for. I've moved on. I still respect you. He didn't answer the phone, but that is that. At no point did I stop respecting Jay. About 3 months after we filmed the podcast, so we filmed the podcast in October. About 3 months after we filmed the podcast, Jay and I had not communicated in between this time. We have never been sexually involved. We have never linked or talked as if we're going to link, and even our friendship was very distant. Like, you good, congratulations, happy birthday. We were never close people. We met through the industry, and that was, we usually only interacted when we had work. 3 months after, about 3 months after we filmed the podcast, I posted a picture or a video with one of my friends from high school, and Jay swiped up on the picture and he said, "Hey, are you friends with this girl? I really want to fuck her." And I was like, are in a relationship? Because the last conversation we had was 3 months prior. And he was like, "This is my new girl, XYZ." We had our discussion. That was the last time I spoke about her. I had not brought her up. We had not spoken about it. All I said was, "Don't you have a girl?" His response was, "You're worrying about the wrong things. Set the link." That was the last conversation that we had about that. Me, Jay, and the friend, the aforementioned friend that he was looking, hung out one day in January. We went to a pool up in New Kingston. We had a good time. It was fun. We moved on. At that point, I didn't know if him and Michael were still together. I didn't know if they were linking. Last conversation we had was, "Hey, not my favorite person, but if you're happy, I'm happy." And then he said he wants this girl. And I was like, "Okay, that's not my business." We hung out, we moved on. This is where things kind of started to get messy. And I don't know when it started to get messy or how it started to get messy, but it got messy. Now remember, I knew Michael and her ex-boyfriend prior to me and Jaifrais even being friends. I interacted with them. We were mutual friends. I knew them. Around February, me and Michael's ex-boyfriend started talking. Talking is where it started, and talking is where it ended. We never kissed, we never slept together. Nobody would even know that we were talking except for the people that were my close friends, because he was coming to brand events with me. He was at my birthday, games night, things like that. I never told Jay that we were talking. I don't even know how it could have reached back to Jay that we were talking, but the point is, we spoke for maybe a month and nothing came of it. Nothing came of it. In February, I get a phone call from Jay. I don't know if he was angry. I don't know what the issue was, but he's very loud. He's on the phone. I didn't even recognize the number, and I had his number saved. So I don't know if it was a private number. I don't know what it was. He can't even tell you. I answered the phone, and I was like, "Who is this?" And he's like, "It's Jay." And he was like, "Is the reason you don't like Michael because of da 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 da? Is it because you're linking da da da?" And I was like, "No, it has nothing to do with that. Me and this guy have never spoke. Like, we've never done anything. And my like for her is not even that deep. It really was just like, I'm not gonna smile up in her face if she has like negative things to say about me. Like, I know better than that. That was the reality of it. It was never that deep." At which point he's like, "Okay, cool, whatever," and he hangs up the phone. Again, that is probably the second time, or the first or second time, that we spoke for the year of this year, 2024. Between that phone call and Republic Beach in July, Jaifrais and I spoke maybe 2 times. And one of them was me calling him to ask him if he could get me a comp to an event. And I think the second time was after his Shensia interview, and I was asking him, "Hey, how did you build up your podcast to this level?" And I think I still have the conversation about that. Those were the 2 conversations we had. We never spoke about Michael. We never spoke about intimately, none of that, nothing like that ever happened. At the same time, I had never brought up, you cannot find one person that can say I went up to them and I brought up Michael's name, I spoke negatively about her, I made reference to her on the internet, and in no way was any of that going on. At the same time, I was also dealing with somebody during this entire period of time. Fast forward to Republic Beach in July. I'm at Republic Beach, and one of Michael's friends is there, and we are mutual friends because she was one of the marketers on Social House. So she was working behind the marketing team at Social House. She was trying to become a creator at the time, and so I was like, "Hey, I would love to help you. Like, I would love to give you more of a platform. We can do some collabs together. Do you want to make a TikTok at Republic Beach?" So we're like, "Sure," and we decide that we're gonna go around and we're gonna dab up 10. We're going around and we're dabbing up 10s, and Jay's there, and I think Jay's cute. Like, I think he'd make a good addition to the video. So I look at her and I'm like, "Hey, should we dab up Jay?" At which point, I don't know if she was drunk, but she starts screaming and she's like, "Oh, why don't you like Michael? Why don't you like Michael?" And I literally look at her and I'm like, "How do you know that? Like, I haven't said anything to anybody. I haven't posted any videos about that. I don't dislike her like that. Like, how do you know that?" So at that point, I'm like, okay, apparently I am topic of discussion. Like, apparently this has gone too far and I'm a topic of discussion. And so I literally at that moment walk over to Jay and I'm like, "Hey, this is kind of getting out of hand. Like, people are not coming to me about it, and you and I are the only ones that have had a discussion about it. So can we just like talk this out so it doesn't become like internet drama the way that him and Walk and Talk were beefing?" He looks at me and he's like, "Not right now, Tanya." And he like turns away and I'm like, "Okay, well, that was a little bit rude." And so I went over to his friend Gio, who I assumed, because obviously I had been on top of your conversation and him and Gio are best friends, I assumed Gio knew what was going on. That's completely my bad. I should not have gone to Gio assuming he knew Jay's business. I'm so sorry about that. But I went to Gio and I was like, Gio, what's going on? Like, what's the issue here? Like, can you just let me know what the problem is? And Gio was like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know what's going on. And at which point I walked away. I went home. That was the end of that. I get home to my phone, like maybe 3 missed calls from Jay. He calls me. He's like, what is your problem with Michael? And I'm like, what do you mean, what is my problem? I've only mentioned once that I had any kind of issue and it was never that big of an issue. We have about a 10-minute conversation maybe. He hangs up. He's like, okay, we're good. That was that. Now, nobody knows this, and this is private information, and I'm not going to get into the details of this because it is not an excuse for my actions. Again, you cannot disrespect somebody and then dictate how they respond. But the day after that phone call, I got a very concerning call about my health. I was going through a very scary health situation that I don't want to talk about. My hormones were raging. I wasn't in a good place. That's really the fact of the matter. It felt like my life was falling apart, and I woke up next day to Jay unfollowing me on everything and all of this drama for no reason, and I crashed. I literally broke down, and I am running out of time, so you guys are gonna have to come back for part 2.
Oh my. So this Jaifrais and this Jaifrais situation and Tan, it's getting crazy crazy every time, guys. So let's get a little bit of what Jaifrais has to say, and then we're gonna jump off of this quick and fast. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And when I drop the next content, okay?
You make money off of Tops and Roses. Wow! Short-term memory or whatever it is.
He was talking to somebody new. I knew her. Told him about me, and somebody did anything to you. Nobody did anything to you. And you're going on like a fucking bitch. And you're treating Walk and Talk and everybody else like they've done something to you. Like everybody's against fucking Jaifrais. Nobody do nothing to you, brother. Nobody do nothing to you. And you're going like a fucking bitch, brother. You want.
But I also don't give a fuck. Really. I couldn't know that. I did yourself say, oh, you know, some dog comment. Must a post you can say, no, I understand where I come from. I'm not going to tell them to say, I fuck you. I did the wrong feet. I did the wrong feet. I'm not care some of the wrong, but I did the wrong. But for Uno now, they are trying to believe this girl while she a lie. It's not like you come and say, Jay, say the truth, yeah. Don't know, no. You forward when I try appeal the case like say initially you were right and you were just misunderstood. That's not the fucking truth, bro. I'm never use your video.
Nope. She said she was wrong in many ways and she shouldn't have done that. Me hear she complained. She said wrong. She did.
Those are contradict yourself, by the way. Cool? Anyways, Republic Beach. You come to me, I tell you, it's not the time or the place. And that was me going around you because I know how you stay. It's not like say this is a special case for me and my woman. You attack every single body in your life. And if the victims of time travels want to step forward, we would love to hear your story as well.
Oh, no.
And then when you do these things, you use mental health as a scapegoat for say, well, you know, so I'm kind of mad. Yeah, I'm kind of mad.
Yeah, so one of my followers just brought this to my attention and I really want to address it. Fun and jokes aside, drama aside, beef aside, making a joke out of mental health is not funny in any way or form. Mental health is a serious issue. And
yo, Bobby, I'm a bro. Low Bobby, bro. Slow Bobby. And all you ask, where Bobby do? Nobody can tell you. So now you fuck with my energy now, bro. Because I'm a rape Bobby. Bobby, I'm a bro. Bobby, I'm a nigga. So all you tell me for love Bobby, but you can't tell me where Bobby do. So I'm love you, I'm see a messy dog. I love you out, bro. I don't know how me go so now and everybody want to hate me. Which I don't give two fucks, you know, because I'm telling you this, you know. You see when the bills them come, them say JD Richards. And a JD Richards required for pay it. You understand? And I know. Now at the same time, we can't take criticism. Because this is what it is, bro. Conflict ever come up. Enough people have conflict with, and it never reached to these levels, bro. I always when them look a bumble, you want to bring things from the media, dog. You don't want to come try for me from the media because guess what? When the things of the people them hate me. That's what I want to do. When the things of the people them hate me, so it's just like, all right, then automatically I'm going to win this feud, and that's what you told me. You said it in the screenshot, I'm gonna post it. You say, yo, you don't want to go toe-to-toe with me. And that you say you don't want to go toe-to-toe. I'm not going to toe-to-toe with you, because you notice I never disrespect you yet. I never yet call you out of your name. Well, I never call you, but I call my dog out of your name. But I call him Tan. And in the name Tan, the name Christmas or Vinny. Or when I decide on the name yet. I never call you out of your name prior to this. Because I know what I do it. I don't want to lie. I never come at your looks. I never bring up no business. I never come talk about who you're there with or who you're fucking. Because really and truly, I don't even know this information. I don't even have this information. You try from a relationship, you call my woman dirty girl, all of these things now, but you feel like see you can forward back and we not appeal at all about, yo, I'm wrong, you're wrong, but you still a tell lie. I need to know when you meet my woman. Because my woman and you never have a conversation, bro. Never have a conversation. Right? You go to your way for email Miss Universe team, forget my woman dethroned or I don't know. Like you want Miss Universe put out a statement for say, yo, Simone has no ties with the brand or the company. Right? I'm read the email.
Gone so far.
Here. He said, Dear Miss Universe Jamaica team, I hope this message finds you well. I am writing to bring to your attention a matter of serious concern regarding the conduct of Miss Jamaica 2020 Michael Simone Williams and her associate J.D. Richards. Over the past 10 months, I have been subjected to ongoing harassment and deeply offensive comments by Michael Simone and her boyfriend. Stop, stick up in. Now your recent video, you said the girl never did you nothing. You say you try to get to me. So, you try to get to me by getting to her and an organization that represents her and she represents as well. Simone, you hate the girl for no... Simone, Tanya, you hate the girl for no apparent reason. Right? Because me, I love for you tell me what's the harassment. Is the harassment me unfollowing you? Is the harassment me telling you I don't want to talk? Is that the harassment?
No.
Just want to know what's the harassment. These interactions have included inexcusable jokes about mental health issues and survivors, which I find deeply troubling and entirely inappropriate.
I like big boobs.
Oh, this is getting more than the level of everything, brother. No, so look a bit of jealousy I go on, boy.
Especially with someone that deals with mental issues on a daily basis. Given Michael Simone's platform and influence, I believe it is crucial that such behavior be addressed promptly. Mental health is a serious matter, and making light of it not only undermines those who are struggling, but also reflects poorly on her as a public figure and your organization as her representative. Tanya, you made this paragraph about yourself. So Tanya, nothing wrong with you. Tanya, nothing do wrong with you. But I'm tell you what happened in your life. What happened is, one day you do some fuckery, and you just tell people say you're mad, and then just give some sympathy, say just work with it for the rest of your life. Because remember, you know, when me did make a little snippet, I post a snippet of the video where you call me a bitch. I post Bellevue, I'm going to say get some help. Remember I say you don't tell my woman friend say you're going to leak her nudes, you know, bro. Remember that you tell her, you know. And then you come do a video the next day.
Truly mischievous, brother.
As bad as things be.
Tanya wrong on the email still. That's very mischievous.
So, you did think about my woman mental health? When she could have possibly, I say, probably her ex bitter. And he might try to get back one up on her. And I mean, them used to that. So I hope him not no news of her. But him could have what I don't know. Imagine just more you young.
Emailing Miss Universe was a low blow. Bad mind active. Let's continue.
Watch this. Or you look a fuck face girl, or fuck face boy up on Twitter with some misogynistic and this and that. Imagine how it would have feel to see your sister, your mother, your auntie, your woman come to you and I say, babe, please delete the video because if my news supposed to be leaked, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You don't know how it feel, bro, for your in-law, them a call you, bro, and I say, dog, my daughter, I'm quiet girl, you know, why is you coming in her life and them something I reach her? Who not talk about, bro? But all she come do is ball. She come ball, give some half-ass accountability speech, and una believe her, brother, because una hate me so much, bro. What am I doing, you know? I don't never hate because me never, this hate when I talk about never translate back in the streets. And I'm saying in the streets we attack everywhere. We get love everywhere we go. And we get benefits everywhere we go. So this is the first thing when I try to create on this online thing, it not gonna work. Again, my dog comment was,
wow, they need to wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. Like, come on, wrap it up, pack it up, dust it in the garbage, wrap it up, pack it up. But anyways, people, thank you for tuning in and all of them good things there. And at the end of the day, folks, be good and just make sure you when I hype and broke. Catch you next time on our next content. Please like and subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell for the new content or new video. Peace out.